Alright, so day 2, tractor day. We did a lot yesterday, and we're going to grab some dirt for our garden in our backyard, or for our potted plants, I should say, that are going to come here. And we think maybe if we pull this dirt, there'll be less of a transition shock when we come over here. So hopefully stuff will grow in this dirt. So let's get the drone in the air and start some shots.
They're mostly full.
We took some dirt from the property and we put them in buckets, so because we have more stuff to transplant and we were out of soil. The other night we went to Home Depot and we came across a couple of plants that we thought were kind of rare for us to see. Here we have the donut peach in a dwarf variety. And then what we thought was super rare is Honeycrisp apple. And this is, I believe it's a licensed tree. So when we saw that at Home Depot, we thought, hey, let's grab it for fun. We've got some Manuka, I don't know, seedless table grapes. We grabbed some blackberries. We're going to need hundreds of these, but we thought, hey, let's grab at least one of these. An assorted raspberry. So, and this could be, I think, red or yellow or red, black, or golden raspberries. So we're hoping for a different than red, just for fun. So we are going to transplant those into the biggest pots that I have, which are a 5-gallon soft pot. Some of them should probably use something a little bigger, but it'll work for now until we get something bigger. The weather's just been gorgeous out here, so we thought we would do a little bit of transplanting and maybe bring some from the inside out here as well. Some of the ones we transplanted are not doing so well, but immediately after transplanting them, we had some severe winds that came through here and really beat them up. So hopefully that's all that was happening there. So we won't transplant a lot yet because we're about to go on a trip and we won't be able to monitor it for a few weeks. So I think it's best that we just kind of get the ones we think are going to be hard enough to survive out here. So here we go. Something we're going to try this time is we got some fertilizer. We've got some citrus and avocado plant food. And based on the directions, it says to mix 2/3 of a tablespoon in for about 2 square feet. So that's what I'm going to do here. And it wants you to mix it in thoroughly. So that's why I've got these gloves on. I'm going to pour a little bit out. Approximately 2/3. And now I'm just going to hand mix that into the soil. yeah, for those of you who have a compost pile, I think you can use some of that, but like I said, we're no experts to this at this point, and a lot of this is trial and error, and some of that's fun to do. You don't have to be an expert right off the bat. You can have some fun experimenting, as long as you have a lot of patience. So the next thing we're going to do is just kind of widen this for our first thing, which I guess we should plant the biggest first and work our way smaller. So the directions say, prune your trees, blah, 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 blah. Move tree from package, remove all sawdust, blah, blah, blah. Soak plant roots in water for 2 to 12 hours. Oh, I'm not gonna wait for that. Dig a hole 24 inches wide by 24 inches deep. Yeah, it looks about that size. In all fairness, these were dripping with water, so I believe the roots have been soaked long enough. We actually tipped them over in the car, and they were dripping water everywhere. So here is a bunch of sawdust. Yes, which I'm going to try. Oh, well. Yeah, it says remove all the...
Give it a shake.
all of the sawdust. Okay. Good thing we can return crap to Home Depot that we kill. Put this in my 24-inch hole. Spread the roots out. And then
remember, it said no air pockets.
Proceed to backfill. I need one of those concrete vibrators. It feels pretty good. Just want to note that it is a gorgeous, like, 76 degrees. I think it was hotter earlier today. But I am wearing shorts. We're in shorts weather. That's good. Let's move on to the next one. Once again, we're going to accurately measure 2/3 of a cup, 2/3 of a teaspoon. Oh, well, we'll take some of that.
There we go.
It's all about precision.
What's the worst that could happen? Burn the roots.
We kill it, yeah. Kind of focuses your mind, and kind of nice to...
What do you have on your mind?
Yeah, I have a lot on my mind, and so this is kind of like the thing I can do where, hey, you know what? I can't talk on the phone because my hands are knee deep inside this. Okay. Now the next one we've got is the dwarf peaches. Blah, 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 dig a hole. So, this one's got some crazier roots. You just don't want to have them coming up, because then the only way they grow is up, and that can cause some problems. I'm gonna mix that in too to the top. Hopefully we won't burn them. Sawdust. Oh, look how nice that looks. I feel like the Martha Stewart of plants. And then you take this garnish and you spread it around the top here, and you'll notice that it gives it just a nice little cedar look. And if you know, there we go. Look at that.
Actually looks pretty nice.
It does look pretty nice. Yeah, get deep. Gotta get up in there.
I think I put
Oh, for reals and for trues, dog.
How is that enough? Sure.
Hold on.
Hold my specimen, please.
I feel like I got ripped on. 15 bucks for this stick. Yes, I'm sure all of you will find 1,000 things wrong with what we're doing, but too bad. Tough.
Yeah, we don't process videos very quickly.
This is the raspberry. And that looks even more of a jet, but you can see it wants to grow. To our best effort to get those roots spread out. Backfill that. Yeah. It's crazy. And the last thing we're going to do is just give them a deep water. Good, I'm feeling good. I was hoping we get a little more planted tonight, but it's a good start. So one thing that I noticed is everything kind of started to stall. I think we tried to transition our stuff from inside to outside too quickly. We put them straight into the sun, which I guess is a big no-no. We're supposed to transition them slowly. Also something we've been lacking this whole time is fertilizer. So I've been mixing up liquid fertilizer and fertilizing every week. It seems like it actually is making a difference. However, it takes forever. You know, I'm mixing it in this and distributing it slowly to each one every week, and so I decided to try some fertilizer spikes. Somebody said they've had good success with taking the tree spikes and breaking them in half and putting them in the containers. So I have bought 4 different kinds of spikes with different values because I couldn't really get a good handle on what nitrogen levels, what would be super good for these, so we're going to just try an experiment. I'm taking these large tree spikes, and I'm splitting them in half with just a chisel and a hammer. They're pretty hard. This is a brand new chisel, but so splitting it in half. So let's take these and let's go over to these plants. Right now, I've already done. It's every other row. I'm trying these 2 main spikes. They're both Jobs. One is trees and shrubs, and one is evergreens. I am making a small hole next to the water, and then I'm pushing them in, and burying it. Finally started to get hot, which I think has also helped these plants start to really take off. It's barely broken into the 80s. It's mostly been like 72 degrees every week since basically December. So, but that means it is getting a little bit colder at night. It's getting into the 50s, which I know that a lot of these, it's kind of bad for these to try to get going in those low temperatures, which is why a greenhouse is good, but we don't have a greenhouse, so we're doing the best we can with what we've got. We're going to keep an eye on everything, and if we feel like it's really starting to burn these, we're going to pull them out. So everything hopefully should be making good progress. You can see everything is looking really green, and so if we see any of that start to change, we know that the fertilizer will be affecting it. So something else we did is we had a number of redwood trees that we got in the mail, and we transitioned those, and they're not looking very good. The other thing that we got were some blackberry and more raspberries, and a different kind of blackberry and raspberries. And most of those, I think, with the exception of 2.
Yeah, this guy's the only one.
That one and that one didn't transition very well, but we'll keep an eye on. Hopefully they'll come back.
This guy looks kind of sad.
Yeah, he looks pretty sad. So
I don't think he likes living in California. His neighbor does, though. But not.
They're California coastal redwoods.
Yeah, but that's coastal. We are very far from the coast.
We're close. I want you to see all of the weeds from the soil.
Yeah.
Because this was dirt from our property. Look at this one.
And why is it important to take those weeds out?
Because they will suck the nutrients, starve the roots out for the good stuff. So we want to make sure we keep all of that stuff.
And then look, we've got Netta's oaks. Happy oaks. Dun, 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 dun. Look at these guys. These guys were dead. See, you can see they were dead because there's the dead part. But started growing again. See?
All right. Plants are coming along pretty good. We lost a few of the Italian cypress because I over-fertilized them. You see we've got quite the little forest going. So we've got our mains, which we've started months ago, and these were also started months ago. Look at our little forest over here. Look at these. These are crazy. Hey, Colleen, I want you to stand next to Royal Empress. People can see just how big they are.
It's sturdy too.
Yeah. So that's fantastic.
You see, we got our first flower.
We've got our first crepe myrtle flowers. Look at that.
That is such a thicket.
Well, there's something kind of, I don't know, I guess like... What did you talk about it? Alright, that's gonna confuse me. Don't do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna think, where's the recorded audio?
Okay.
There you go. Bring that out for your party guests and set that right in the middle of all your activities, and you'll notice how it'll just bring out the warmth in the room.